You blink into existence in a void so dark and empty, it makes deep space look like Times Square on New Year's Eve. No warm welcome, no tutorial, no, hey buddy, here's how breathing works. Just you, a massive pair of wings you barely know how to use, and an endless black abyss stretching in every direction. Welcome to the end. Population. You, a bunch of tall purple weirdos, and absolutely nothing else worth talking about. You're an ender dragon. The ender dragon, actually, because as far as anyone can tell, you're the only one left. Congrats on being the last of your kind. That's not depressing at all. Your name is allegedly Gene? With a question mark. Because even your creator wasn't sure what to call you. Somewhere out there, a Swedish game dev typed that into a tweet and walked away like he didn't just give the most terrifying creature in Minecraft the same name as someone's grandmother. But sure, Gene, it is. You'll take it. Let's talk about your home. The End is basically a floating rock in the middle of nothing. It's made entirely of end stone, which sounds fancy until you realize it's just pale yellow bricks that look like someone left cheese out in the void for a few millennia. There's no sun, no moon, no weather, no trees, no grass, no water. Just a constant dim glow from nowhere and everywhere at the same time. It's like living inside a sensory deprivation tank, except the tank is infinite and you're a 16-block wide dragon. Real estate is technically free though, so there's that. Your island isn't completely barren. Scattered around it are these massive obsidian pillars, tall, dark columns reaching up into the void like the world's most depressing skyscraper district. On top of each one sits an end crystal, and those crystals are your lifeline. Literally. When you fly close enough, they shoot these white healing beams straight into your body, patching you up like a mobile med station. You've got your own personal healthcare system, and it doesn't even require insurance. Some of the crystals are even protected by iron bar cages, because apparently whoever designed this arena really wanted you to have an advantage. You don't question it. Free healthcare is free healthcare. Now let's talk stats, because you're an absolute unit. 16 blocks wide, 8 blocks tall. 200 hit points, which is 100 hearts for anyone keeping score at home. You're the second toughest thing in the entire game, only beaten by the Wither, and honestly, you don't even know what that thing is, because you've never left this dimension. You're immune to fire, poison, freezing, drowning, lightning, and the void itself. Status effects bounce off you like spam emails. If you were a character in a fighting game, you'd be the one everyone complains about in the online forums. Your daily routine is surprisingly chill for a god-tier apex predator. You fly in circles. That's it. That's the job. You soar around those obsidian pillars in wide, graceful loops, occasionally dipping down toward the center of the island where a bedrock structure sits. Your exit portal, currently deactivated. You pass near the crystals, soak up that sweet healing energy, and keep circling. It's meditative, honestly. Some people do yoga. You do laps around purple towers at 200 miles per hour. Same energy. The Endermen don't bother you. They roam the island below, teleporting around aimlessly, picking up blocks and putting them down somewhere else, like the world's most chaotic interior designers. They're tall, lanky, and purple-eyed, and there's this wild theory that they used to be humans. Ancient builders who got trapped in the End and slowly evolved into these teleporting nightmares. They went from constructing entire civilizations to rearranging dirt blocks at random, which is honestly one of the most relatable downgrade arcs in history. Either way, they leave you alone and you leave them alone. Mutual respect? Or mutual indifference? Hard to tell with a species that screams when you look at them. Beyond your island, way out in the void, there are other islands. Outer islands covered in strange chorus plants and dotted with towering end cities full of shulkers and treasure. Some of those cities even have floating ships with dragon heads mounted on the bow. Dragon heads. Your species heads. Used as boat decorations. If that doesn't tell you everything you need to know about what happened to the rest of your family, nothing will. You are genuinely, certifiably, the last one. The pandas of the dragon world. Except nobody started a conservation fund for you. But here's the thing about being the final boss of an entire video game. Eventually, someone's coming for you. And you can feel it. One day, the portal at the bottom of the island activates. A flash of particles, a burst of energy, and there they are. A tiny little block person standing on the obsidian platform, wearing mismatched diamond armor and carrying a bow they enchanted at 3 in the morning. They've spent hours, maybe days, collecting blaze rods, hunting Endermen for pearls, finding a stronghold buried underground, and filling in that portal frame eye by eye. They didn't come here for tourism. They came here to end you. Your instincts kick in immediately. You switch from your lazy circling to full combat mode. And here's the terrifying part, at least for them. You don't just attack, you fly straight through blocks. Anything in your path gets obliterated. Dirt, stone, wood, whatever. You pass through it like a wrecking ball with wings. The only things that can stop you are bedrock, obsidian, and end stone. Everything else might as well be tissue paper. You charge at the player and slam into them with your head, dealing up to 15 hearts of damage on hard mode. That's enough to send an unenchanted player straight back to their spawn point with nothing but regret and a loading screen. But you're not just a brute, you've got range too. You pull back, hover at a distance, and fire acid fireballs at the player. These aren't your typical Mario fireballs. They create lingering clouds of dragon breath on the ground, dealing magic damage that ignores armor entirely. It's basically chemical warfare in block form. And the best part? Some absolute madman of a player will actually run into your poison cloud with an empty glass bottle and scoop up your breath like it's artisanal kombucha at a farmer's market. They use it to make lingering potions later. Your literal breath becomes a crafting ingredient. You're not just the final boss. You're a walking, flying, fire-breathing resource farm, truly dignifying. The battle rages on, and the player starts climbing your obsidian pillars. They're going after the crystals, your healing stations. One by one, they knock them out. Each crystal explosion sends a shockwave through you, dealing 10 damage and cutting off another stream of healing. It stings. It's like watching someone cancel your streaming subscriptions one by one. Netflix gone, Hulu gone, Disney Plus gone. And now you've got absolutely no way to patch yourself up. You're on your own. Without your crystals, the fight changes. You're still dangerous, sure, but you're mortal now. The player peppers you with arrows from below, and while you're immune to them when you perch on the portal fountain, you can't stay landed forever. You take off, dive at the player, and they dodge. You circle back, strafe, fire another breath attack, and they roll out of the way. It's like fighting someone who watched 12 YouTube tutorials on how to beat you. Because they absolutely have. They've probably practiced this in creative mode, twice. Eventually the hits add up. Your 200 health points tick down one by one. You try everything, charging, diving, breathing, circling, but they keep chipping away. And then it happens. The final blow lands. Maybe it's an arrow to the face. Maybe it's a sword strike while you're perched. Either way, your body locks up. You stop flying and slowly drift toward the center of the island, hovering above the exit portal like you're being pulled by an invisible thread you can't resist. Then the light show starts. Bright beams of purple and white light erupt from your body, shooting in every direction. Your massive wings go rigid. Your eyes flash. For 10 full seconds, you hover there, cracking apart from the inside, beams of light piercing through you like you're a dragon-shaped disco ball at the universe's saddest party. And then, poof, you explode into 12,000 experience points. 12,000. That's enough to take a player from level 0 to level 68 in a single moment. Your entire existence, reduced to a shower of green orbs that a block person gobbles up by standing near them. Above the portal, a single dragon egg appears. It's your legacy, the only proof you ever existed, and the player can't even hatch it. It just sits there, a trophy, a decorative block on someone's mantelpiece. You lived, you fought, you breathed acid, and your grand reward is becoming a paperweight. But here's the twist that nobody talks about. Death isn't permanent for you, not really. Because some absolute maniac is going to come back to the end, place 4 end crystals around the portal in a little ritual that looks suspiciously like a cult ceremony, and summon you all over again. The pillars regenerate. Your health comes back. You burst out of the sky like a sequel nobody asked for but everyone secretly wanted. Sure, this time you only drop 500 experience instead of 12,000, and there's no egg, but you're alive. Again, ready to do the whole thing one more time. And again, and again. You're the one boss in gaming history who keeps showing up to get beaten down like it's a 9-to-5 job. Clock in, fly circles, fight player, explode into green orbs, respawn, repeat. Honestly, it's not the worst gig in the universe. The commute is non-existent, the scenery never changes so you don't get FOMO. And at least you've got the kind of job security that most people can only dream of.